on set. Places, everybody. And action.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. As you can see, I have a special guest here today, Mr. Justin Copeland from Stay Fresh Productions. How you doing, Justin?
Fantastic. How you doing, Ross?
I'm doing well. It's a beautiful Saturday out here in Colorado. How's it looking over there?
You know, it's raining. It's kind of going downhill a little bit, but honestly, I don't mind. I dig the rain, so
you must,
cool.
because isn't that kind of like the MO in Oregon?
You know, yeah. I mean, it's ready to. It's always ready for you, even if you're not ready. It's ready.
Yeah.
So it'll be sunny for a week. It'll be 70 for a week, and then it'll be 58 and raining for a week.
Lovely.
You know, but
well,
it's cool.
the wonderful adjustment I've been having out here is I'll have 69, 70 degrees, and then 2 days later it's going to drop in the 20s and snow. It's just out of nowhere.
I can't do that anymore. I did that life, but
look, I've enjoyed the snow, but I'm ready for some straight spring weather for weeks on end now. I've had enough. I've had plenty of snow.
Yeah, which I'm sure is enough of a difference from being in Houston.
Yes, that it's night and day, but that's what I wanted. I wanted to try something different. And so I actually do have a topic in mind, which, Justin, I have not shared with you just yet. I felt a great topic, one that I know I get asked on a regular basis. It seems like it's the only thing people care about. Is I'd love to get your take and have a discussion on how important a fragrance's performance actually is. I know your stance on this. I've heard you touch on it before, and I kind of agree for the most part. Give me some of your thoughts on that. I mean, is it the end all be all? Is it more important of how it smells?
You know, it's a multifaceted topic, and I kind of have differing viewpoints on it, like all at once. On one hand, as a consumer, yes, it's something that I do take into account. Mm-hmm. If I'm going to spend money on a fragrance, and usually if I'm talking about like a certain threshold of money, if you're going to spend, $100, $80 plus or something like that, retail, and in terms of designer or like, niche or discounted, and that price range and up, it's like, yeah, you want it to last. But if the scent is just that good, I am not going to not buy a fragrance because the performance is bad. If I love the scent, I'm not going to be like, well, I guess I can't have it because it's not going to last.
And bad is very up for debate as well, because some people consider 3 hours bad. Some people will consider 6 hours bad.
Which is ridiculous. Yeah, I get it. And a lot of it depends on the function. It depends on where you're wearing this fragrance, mm-hmm. what your climate is like, and how it actually behaves on your skin. I do think I did a whole video on this a year ago about why you need weak fragrances.
Yep. They have a use.
There's a time and place for it, especially like during the summertime when it's hot. At least for me, I like to wear 2 to 3 in a day if I can. Mm-hmm. And usually I'm going to take multiple showers in a day, but even if I didn't take life. Yeah, even if I didn't take a second shower, that, I could spray something else on after 3 hours, and I'm cool with that, especially if I'm just going to be somewhere for 3 hours. Mm-hmm. I don't need to come home and then just be by myself and keep smelling it. It's like, it's fine if it's gone by that point. I'll put more on.
Yeah,
that's exactly. The worst case scenario.
Exactly.
I think where it kind of bad performance doesn't bother me.
It depends on the money.
But I do appreciate it. I do appreciate when it is good, though. I do appreciate a long-lasting scent, but I don't. The one thing where I draw the line is when people say, especially reviewers, when they get on camera and they say, it's a good fragrance, but the performance is bad, so don't buy it. I cannot stand that. It's like, no.
I just did a review on Polo Cologne Intense EDP. And look, I expected that to be 8+. I said it in the video, and I get about 5 or 6. I was a little disappointed, let down more so than disappointed, but I have no qualms with it because I love the way the fragrance smells. It doesn't smell overly synthetic. It actually smells like a great addition for the Polo line, just not just Polo Green, but Polo as a whole. Yeah. And I've been hearing a lot. I've had people going in the comments saying, "Oh, it lasted 2 hours on my skin. Don't buy it." Well, I appreciate you sharing your experience. This is why I told people go try it out.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily going to get 2 hours because this guy's barking with exclamation points in all caps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a use for it. The way I look at it as, yes, when you're spending $150, $200 on a niche fragrance, there's an expectancy there. You expect this fragrance to perform. I can see a letdown there, but at the same time, it's know your fragrance.
Yes,
Because if you're
exactly.
going after a Burlington, what year is it? The Roger Parfum's fragrance?
1819, I think.
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I plan on getting that one. I've heard really good things. I've heard you talk about it.
Really
That's a
nice.
citrus dominated fragrance. If I get 5 or 6 hours out of that, I expect it, even though it's extremely expensive, because it's dominated by volatile components up top.
Yeah.
I expect it to project heavy early and fade rather quickly, get to the base rather quickly. It's know your fragrance. If it's a synthetic, lower level designer, I'm not expecting 8 hours out of that fragrance, even if it's claiming to be an eau de parfum. That's where I really think it plays into know your fragrance, know what you're dealing with. Now, if it's some tobacco fragrance with a boozy component and a lot of dense woods and you're getting 4 hours out of it, I can understand being upset about that.
Yeah, sure.
It all comes down to the composition versus what you're going to pay. Money's always going to factor in. You want to get your money's worth. But for some people, they expect $30 to perform like 200.
Uh-huh.
Quality of
Yeah.
the oils are going to factor in. So many things can
Yeah.
factor into this, as you know firsthand. There's a lot we got to experience over the last year to really teach us these things a little more in depth than what the knowledge we already had prior. I think is safe to say. Is that fair?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, literally firsthand experience as to kind of what affects what, and kind of what to expect based on what's going into it. Because performance is so subjective, just like scent is. Like, if I recommend you a fragrance because I like it, it doesn't mean that you're going to like it. If I recommend you a fragrance because it lasts a long time on me, does not mean it's going to last a long time on you. And that's one thing that needs to be kept in mind. When people ask, I'll get DMs or people like, I'll post a fragrance and then they'll message me about it. Like, how's sillage? How's performance? I'm like, if you're asking about how it is on me, I will tell you. How it will be on you, I cannot speak for that. So don't hold it against me and don't hold it against the fragrance.
Yeah.
If you get it and it doesn't do what you want.
Everything is subject to change. I get a lot of that stuff. Oh man, you say you get 7 hours out of it, I get 3. I'm not making it up. I legitimately do.
But guys, I lied.
there's fragrances that I'll get, 4 or 5 hours, and I've had people tell me, like Mercedes-Benz cologne, citrus dominated. I've had multiple people tell me they get 7 or 8 hours. I get 6 at best, which for what it is, I'm happy with that. It performs better than Dior Homme cologne, but smells like Dior Homme cologne. Yeah. But I don't pretend to have the greatest skin chemistry in the history of skin chemistries with perfume oils, but there are people out there that just get better performance than others. It's all how your skin's going to react to it,
Yes. And, it brings up the point of gauging performance is a rabbit hole in itself, because here's what most people do, okay, after 3 hours, okay, maybe they'll try to waft it or something, doing all that. Is one thing. And especially when we're first getting to know a scent, we do tend to test it that way. You cannot test performance like that. Longevity, maybe, but slamming your nose with these molecules so intensely over a period of time, you cannot possibly gauge exactly how it's lasting on you.
No, especially if you're smelling something, like prime example, shame on us, we didn't do a scent of the day check. I'm currently wearing fragrance I talked about yesterday, Nautica Oceans. Somebody told me in the comments Walgreens had it. Sure enough, my local Walgreens had it. I got a anosmic real fast because here I am sniffing my chest, because I sprayed my chest, I'm wearing it right now, sniffing it over and over. Olfactory fatigue is going to set in. It's full of amberwood, heavy synthetic. I could feel my sense of smell fading for it. The fragrance, and I can hear people in the comments now, oh man, I couldn't smell it after 20 minutes. There's a reason for that. It's not the fragrance, because this thing is alcohol free. So it's a big oil sheen that doesn't go away. It wears close.
Yeah.
Smells great, smells synthetic. It's actually, Nautica did a good job for a change. I'm actually impressed with this. It's just not projecting heavy because the oil concentrate, even though it's claiming to be an eau de toilette, the oil concentration, it looks like a damn parfum. It looks like 25% because it's just a puddle of oil on my skin that takes forever to start to dry. So it's wearing real close. It's wearing heavy for being a fragrance that's claimed to be sea salt, accord, and amberwood, and that's it.
Wow. Do you know if there's some kind of substitute for the alcohol?
I would think it's some sort of sterilized water of some sort. There is no statement saying what it is, but it's alcohol free, and it projects like it's alcohol free because you need that alcohol to really get that top note airborne, you know. A lot of people don't know that. People just assume things. It's time and error and experience over time of trying different things. What are you wearing today?
I'm not officially wearing anything, but I am messing around with this one here, which is this was actually just gifted to me by one of my Patreon members. I just got it yesterday. Figue by Molinard.
I have heard of it. I've never tried it.
It's fantastic.
I'm assuming it's a fig fragrance.
It sure is. Yeah, it's phenomenal. It's a niche house, you know, technically, but it's very affordable niche. I think the guy who bought it, I mean, you can probably find it under $80. Maybe
that's definitely affordable.
Much cheaper. Yeah, it's really good. And I first was testing it out last night and was really enjoying it, and just giving another test today. Beautiful scent. And it's actually kind of persisting more than I thought it would, which is cool. So I dig it. Still got to give it a full wear. Speaking of full wearings, I mean, I
feel like I should do like Grace and make fun of you when you say that.
she does it enough. If you want, you can. It's just a cherry on top.
She lights up when it's time to say full wearing in videos. It's hilarious.
My brother does the same thing.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Everybody's got their catchphrase that's them.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, I will stand by that till the bitter end. You got to do it. It's you know, to really gauge how a scent develops and how it performs. You got to wear it on your body. Because that way you're not, again, pounding your olfactory with this scent to make it just fizzle out. You have a better chance of smelling it for as long as it will be around you, as long as it's not straight up choking you. I mean, people who spray like the front of their neck and stuff like that, you're going to go nose blind real quick.
Real fast.
It's just rising up.
Especially if it's a fresher fragrance, because it's going to be just all right here.
Yeah. And, you know, there's always those tales of like people saying, I sprayed this thing on, and then after like 5 hours, I couldn't smell it. But then like 10 hours later, I walked by someone and they gave me a compliment. You hear that all the time. There's something to that. Right. So we can't always trust this as much as we want to. It'd be ideal, but you can't always trust it.
Real world applications. You got to hope somebody's going to say something. Good, bad, or indifferent, you want some kind of feedback, especially for us when we're testing stuff and go out and about. I'm hoping for feedback. I don't have to have it, but it helps. It helps me because I like to discuss fragrances on video. So any feedback I can get from how something's smelling on me, good, bad, or indifferent, if you can smell it at all, is very helpful, I find. You know?
Yeah, because, you know, it's so easy to just get in your own head about anything. I mean, that's just kind of the nature of being human. We exist in our minds literally the entire time we're conscious in a day. And then every time, you know, even when you're conversing with somebody, so everything is working in here. So the same thing applies to smelling something. You're smelling it and it's like, okay, the way that this is lighting up my receptors, I like this. I really like it. And you get so deep into it, but you're like, man, wait, is this just me? It could be. I got to know.
Absolutely.
And that's why, it helps to walk around and have people like, man, that smells really good. And it's like, wow, I'm not alone in this. Okay.
Enclave.
Yeah.
I love that fragrance. I know you do too. Love that fragrance.
I wore it yesterday.
I only wear it when we're going to be out. Very strategic, because if we're going somewhere, we're going to be in a car for a while. It's just 2 sprays overpowers my wife. It's just too much. She likes how it smells, but it's on me. I don't know about on you. Room filler, huge sillage, and it's just it overpowers her. It has to be somewhere where we're going to be outdoors for several hours or out in a big open area for me to even attempt to wear it. For as much as I love it, it's too much for her sometimes.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah. I mean, I haven't experienced that with others yet. But too much for me. I love it. I was wearing it yesterday and it was all over the place, but I was just reveling
Such
in
a
it. I
good
was loving it.
fragrance. That's
Yeah.
why I can't wait to try Boundless, the newest release coming.
Yeah.
It looks
Yeah.
like a good note breakdown, and the last two were home runs.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I still haven't tried Meander, but I
it's
heard good
very good. It's
things.
very smoky, very
That's not what I
smoky.
would expect by
I
looking at it.
on me it is anyways. That carrot seed note it's kind of
Mm,
strange. It doesn't stand out, but there's something a little different in there, and I'm attributing it to that. And it's a very
interesting.
woody composition, and the Olibanum really stands out on me. It's very good.
Interesting.
It's upscale without being too serious is how I would simplify it. It smells a little
Okay.
upscale, but it's not so serious that I would think you can't wear it with a t-shirt. You know,
Hmm.
smells a little more than a t-shirt. Don't get me wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
I believe you can definitely pull it out. Confident guy, you can pull it off, no problem with a t-shirt.
Sure.
You know,
You know
it's
what's
going to smell
interesting? I
expensive
just
wearing a t-shirt.
nothing wrong with that. What's interesting about carrot seed, I just kind of learned this the other day. It really kind of blew my mind. Apparently, carrot seed is often used as a substitute for iris in fragrances.
That
There's a
makes sense
molecule.
because there's orris in that fragrance as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
that makes
sometimes
sense actually.
they can
It'll
be used
heighten the
in
note.
tandem. Yeah, they're used in tandem. Sometimes it is used to substitute because it resembles, I think, a particular molecule
Yeah.
from orris, and which I thought was really interesting, but maybe not quite as powdery or anything like that.
That probably helps provide the waxiness because, as you know, iris is the most expensive oil. Quality Florentine iris, that's the most expensive oil out there. And one thing I learned from my perfumer, which, yeah, at the time this is going to go live, I still can't say his or her name.
Hmm.
It takes about 3 years to create the oil, from
Wow.
growing the iris flower to taking the roots and creating a butter
Hmm.
and then getting it to the stage of an oil. It's a 3-year process. That's why one of the
Life
main reasons it's
investment.
so expensive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, for quality iris, if for the synthetic stuff, I don't know, but as far as stuff from top tier houses and niche brands and stuff like that, which I'm sure Dior for the Homme line, I'm sure they used a quality. It smells like a quality oil, but those that use the quality oil, but I don't understand the difference in naming the oil orris versus iris. So he or she didn't explain that part to me. But I mean, as you know, orris root, it's just the root of the flower.
Yeah. I
Same
mean,
thing.
from my understanding, and I could be completely wrong about this, apparently all iris is orris. I thought that's
Yes,
what it was. So
it
like
is.
they don't use the petals or anything like that. They
No,
just
and
use the
and that's
root.
why I don't understand why they call it one or the other in some fragrances, because you're using the orris root to create the butter to
Yeah.
get to the oil. It's the same process because you don't
You
use the
know,
actual
I
flower.
think it could be as simple as marketing. More
Maybe
people are going
so.
to relate to the iris flower than they will to orris. People are like, what the heck is orris?
But I see
You-
orris marketed more than iris, except for in names, obviously. But
yeah.
in note breakdowns, I see orris more.
Hmm.
It's always
It could
found that interesting.
depend on who's doing the marketing, I guess.
Yeah,
If you look at Dior, they're always going to say Iris,
yeah.
even though it's probably Oris.
Well,
So,
their brand is synonymous with iris at this stage.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And
exactly.
they're trying their best to get away from it. It's the craziest thing to me. And I know, and I saw recently in a video that you're feeling the new Dior Homme. Man, I've tried to like it. I have a sample. It's actually right here. I thought this was cool for my little bottle collection. I have the 10 ml dabber that had came out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've
Yeah,
tried to
that thing
like it,
looks cool.
man. It definitely looks
You,
cool.
you know,
The actual dabber.
I gotta say, I
Not
hate
bad.
dabbers.
I do too.
I hate dabbers.
I didn't
And
want
the
to buy a
reason
full
why,
bottle when it released. I had a feeling I might not love it, and I'm
yeah.
glad I didn't, because I don't hate it, but I damn sure don't love it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love it either. It really has grown on me. It's something that It's very easy to wear. It's very pleasant. It's not like shower gel, which I'm happy about.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's just not as basic as some basic things are out there these
On me,
days.
the ISOE Super is almost the only thing I smell. The
I get
opening's
that.
pleasant, but as it dries, it's like I don't get any other woods. I just get ISOE Super, and it's a little much for
Interesting.
me, and that's why I'm not really a fan. And if I would give it more of a chance and wear it out and about more, who knows? I might get a few compliments. It might smell great off of my skin, but after wearing it 2 or 3 times, and I did a review early 2020, I just kind of put it to the side and haven't worn it again since. And I saw you talk about it the other day, and I was like, maybe I should give it another shot
You
now that
know,
some time has passed.
there's something interesting about that. You're familiar with Argos and
Mhm.
Christian Petrovich. He's talked to you about the technology in his new 30 ml bottles, the new
Yeah.
atomizer and all
Oh, yeah.
that, and how it's dispersing with the finer mist and all that, and how it
Right to
actually
the heart.
affects the development. I don't know the chemistry behind it. I don't know the physics behind it, but I thoroughly believe that atomizing a fragrance
Oh,
affects how it
I
smells.
have an actual atomized sample that Michael
You do?
Dinsmore gave me before I bought this.
Okay,
I
got it.
had like he sent it to me and I had forgot about it, and I purchased this and they came in the mail about the same time. So I actually
Okay.
haven't used the dabber. I just have it. I have a 2
Okay,
ml
so
sample that he decanted.
got it.
That was what I
Got
tested
it.
with.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I hate
Yeah.
dabbers. These
Yeah.
and the funny thing is, every time you see George try a fragrance, he'll unscrew the cap if it's unscrewable, and he'll take the stem and rub it on his hand. he's down with the dabber style. I never understood
Guess,
that.
you can control where it goes, which is cool,
Yeah.
but I don't think you get the full effect, honestly.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh man, so we kind of veered off from performance. We're kind of going all over the place, and that's the beauty of this. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Anything exciting going on with the channel that you haven't really talked about much yet?
Let me
Anything
think.
cool coming up in the next week or two that
Yeah, I got some pre-filmed content with Grace that's gonna be fun. We last weekend we went to the coast,
mhm.
as I told you, and we had a great time out there. And we actually shot a couple videos in this house we were staying in. Real beautiful house, much bigger than 2 people really need, honestly. But we said whatever.
Treat
So we
thyself.
filmed. Yeah, it was just for 2 nights, and so we did some filming there, and we did some we did a video on like beach fragrances, which would be great. And then we did the second installment of what we're calling Best of the House. The first one being on Dior,
Yeah, I saw that.
which we did. The second one's going to be on the Guerlain L'Homme Ideal line.
Nice.
So we were going to
Man,
get her
on my little
opinions on that.
table right here where I have my rotation stuff that I wear throughout the week and stuff I want to wear, the bottle that's just been sliding ever since I featured in the video is Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Cool. I keep wanting to wear it, and I'm like, I'm gonna wear something else today.
I haven't even touched that one. I've been meaning to pick it up. I still have to try that and the sport version.
It smells like the green ice cream from mint chocolate chip, that kind of creamy coolness.
That sounds really nice.
I love it. It's a great fragrance. Do I think it deserved to take Cologne's place? No, because it's not the same fragrance. They could have been in the line together, no problem. But I like it, man. It's one of those things where I'll grab something and it slides, and then I'll grab something else and it slides again. Like it's just it all week. It happened to it all week this week. So next week I'm gonna try to wear it.
Hey, yeah.
I'm bad about that. I'll get something new because it is. I'm always buying something, ordering something, going to the rack stores, whatever, and I'll get excited about something else and I want to wear that.
Of course, it never ends.
The privilege and the burden of having a lot of fragrances.
Yeah,
it can definitely be a burden.
Yeah, I'm in the camp where I'm trying to wear something new every day. I'm trying to rotate through everything I have. There's some things I don't touch for a while, but
same.
But it's crazy when you think about it. It's like you keep getting more, and then the ones that you used to wear a lot, you don't wear as much, and then it just expands, and it's interesting.
Well, to people that aren't heavy into this hobby, it's completely ludicrous. You have how many fragrances? What? Or they walk in the room and, oh my God. Yeah. It's ludicrous. I get that. It's something's wrong with us.
Yeah.
You know,
But it's the same as anything else, really. I mean,
I could say the
with
same thing
clothes,
if
nobody
I walk
says
into
like,
somebody's man cave where they've got, you know, and look, I'm a wrestling fan. I always have been, but it's Macho Man's jacket from '92 SummerSlam and all the belts and everything. Hey, it's the same thing.
yeah, yeah.
That's
It's
just
like,
that's what you collect. That's what you're into.
yeah, it's kind of discarding the utilitarian aspect, which is how most of us come into wearing fragrance. It's like, oh, I got a bottle of cologne. I leave it on my bathroom counter and I spray it on every now and then for special occasions. I
The
might do
guy that
one
leaves
spray
it in
and
his
walk
center
into it.
console.
Exactly. And that's how we all come into it. It's
Yep.
just very casual, very pedestrian. But once you kind of transcend that idea of like, I have this one thing that has a function, now it becomes like clothing. It's like, I wear
It's
this
part of the
because I
wardrobe.
feel a certain way. You know, it's based on mood. It's based on taste. It's not just based on function anymore. And that's okay. That's totally
I'm
fine.
very situational with my stuff. There's stuff that there's certain fragrances that I absolutely love that I just won't allow myself to wear for any other than this specific situation for this specific time of year. Because I have so many I can, but sometimes something I just really enjoy suffers and sits to the side for months at a time. But when I do get around to it, I enjoy it that much more because I'm excited to wear it because that situation finally came around. It's tied to a specific memory. It's all these wonderful things that we enjoy about the aromatherapy aspect of this. You know?
Totally. Yeah. And I feel like we have a sense of smell. It's our most powerful sense. Might as well just use it like to the fullest. And that's what we're doing. It's pretty incredible. And I'm very grateful that we can take our strongest sense of smell and essentially make a living around it. And it's just fun. So it's like, how could it get any better?
Making content, man. I really
Yeah.
do. I absolutely love this stuff. And this is just something different for the channel that I'm trying out. And I did 2 episodes. I did a new release episode talking about some stuff on eye fragrance, and then just so happened to do this one yesterday. And
I think I should check that out a little bit.
I wanted to start having some guests on to discuss a topic, you know, and I absolutely had to have you first, you know, had to have my guy on here first.
Did you see that? I think you saw that post that I reposted yesterday about beast mode fragrances, about like guys who ask about beast mode fragrances and what they look like.
Yes, from Hood Sense. Yeah.
Yes.
I went comment on his original post. I laughed my ass off.
That's too funny. And
little patchy facial hair and everything.
But is it beast mode?
Yeah, oh my God. Dudes need a little effort and hygiene, but they worried about beast mode fragrances.
Yes, I thought it was hilarious, and it's kind of
tighten
true.
Up your lines, cousin.
Yeah, that's why it's funny, because it's like, you know, these dudes are sitting in there like, what is the strongest performing fragrance you can recommend me? I'm like, you don't even care what it smells like. Here, how about this Pennzoil? Go get you a bottle of Pennzoil and just dab that on. That would be performing all day long.
If you don't like the way it smells, what's the point?
Yeah. I put scent above it all.
It's honestly number one. It's got to be number one.
Yeah.
Every time. And look, there's fragrances that I love the way they smell that last 3 hours on a good day spraying my shirt. And I strategically, you remember on our trip to Chicago, Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct Blue. I kept putting it in the smell and rate videos. Everybody's loving the way it smells. Oh, it's something your boss would wear and all that stuff. And it's one of the worst performing fragrances in my collection, but it just smells so good. And you can get a bottle for $20. It's that good. There's a use for it. It just smells that good. You got to keep it with you, but it smells good.
Yeah. And it's like, it's so easy when it's that cheap. It's a no-brainer. It's like, who cares? Just put more on.
I wear that fragrance at least 4 days a week. I'm on my second little 1 ounce, which was the one I brought to Chicago. I keep that in my gym bag. And then when I want to spray out the shower, which on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I did. Here's my big bottle.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm weird. I keep everything lined up for the rotation. So when I shoot my rotation video, it's all right there, ready to go at the end of the week.
Sure. All good.
Everybody's got their weirdness. That's mine. One of.
No, that's all good, man.
So any other exciting stuff coming up? We got some pre-shot content with Grace. It's been awesome having Grace on there. She's a natural on video, man. She's
She
hilarious
is.
too.
Yeah, she's just getting more and more just kind of natural at it, I think, with every video.
Her nose is
And
getting
I'm
better and
so
better too.
grateful. I'm just, yeah. I mean, and it was
She's
already
getting
good
good.
because we used to do a lot of sniffing off camera. Months ago, she would come over and I would pull out like 20 fragrances and we'd call it Fragrance Friday and we would just
That's
sniff.
awesome.
And her sister would come and we do the same thing. And in fact, I have her and her sister in a video that we filmed a few weeks ago. I still got to edit it. It was a niche designer game, which was interesting.
There you go.
So that'll be coming out at some point.
I bet.
That was interesting. But beyond that, I mean, not much else from what I can remember. I think I have some things coming in the mail, which will be cool. Something came in the mail today. I don't even know what it is yet. It surprised me, so I got to go check
I love getting packages.
Parcel locker. Yeah, it's the best. When I don't get anything, I'm just like
sad. Yeah, I go check the mail and it's just a bill and
yeah, exactly. So
that's the fun stuff. I ordered some stuff from Steve today. As a matter of fact, I ordered 4 fragrances from Kingdom Fragrances.
Oh,
so
great.
I'll have a little Kingdom Fragrances haul coming in a few days. I ordered. I finally stopped procrastinating, and I have Boss Bottled Unlimited coming, the white bottle.
Yeah,
I love the way it smells. I have friends back in Louisiana that wear that on a regular basis. I know it well. I'm just always, I'll get it later. I'll get it later.
Yeah.
That was always the thing.
Yeah.
That Gucci Sport.
Yeah,
the discontinued one. I finally pulled the trigger on that. His distributor had 1 bottle.
Wow.
What else did I get? YSLY EDT, not EDP, because I went through my decant of EDP, and after going through 10 ml of it, as much as I think that's a great fragrance, it gets obnoxious after a few hours of it not chilling out. After 5 or 6 hours, and look, I stopped spraying my chest with that. It's literally, I just smell it coming off the back of my neck still. 5-6 hours in. You want a beast mode fragrance, ladies and gentlemen? Get YSLY EDP.
Yeah.
It can be obnoxious. It's synthetic enough to where it'll bother me later. Early on, I'm like, God, this smells so good. I need to wear it more. And then after a few hours, it's like, God, will it just become a skin scent?
I had the same experience with that one. So I only tried it from a Sephora sample.
I'm trying the
wore
EDT.
It out once. Okay.
So I haven't tried the EDT before. I've tried the Eau Fraiche. I've tried Live Intense, and this I'm just blind buying this one because I know I like those, and this is just going to be lighter than the EDP. So I'm rolling with that. If I get 5 hours, I'm happy with it. I'm cool with that. I don't have to give me 10 hours. I'm not buying it with 10 hours in mind, you know? And then what's the 4th one? I forgot what else. It's going to bother me. I need to tell you. Let me look at the email real quick. Because it's going to drive me nuts if I don't remember.
Because he's still been getting some new stuff in, and he said some discontinued stuff too, which is
Bulgari Aqua, the original.
Oh,
so I could finish getting that line.
Yeah,
those of you that are going to ask me how much I paid, if I could get it to focus, there you go. I paid just as much as you guys paid. No special treatment.
Wow.
Nobody freak out. I made an order, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it for free. No, I buy from Steve too. He'll send me something here and there, but I support his business. You know?
Yeah.
He's a good dude with good prices.
Yeah, totally.
So shout out to Steve. Steve's actually going to be next. I'm filming with Steve next weekend.
Great.
Yeah, next Saturday, me and Steve are going to do this. I got to figure out what topic I want to hit him with. There's going to be one of those things where it's just once we're recording, here's the topic. And it's tailor-made to the guests because I know it'll be a good topic for them because I'm not going to have anybody I don't know on here, obviously. You know?
Yeah.
So
cool,
any other tidbits you want to leave them with before we close this thing out? I feel like we've done a good bit. I know it's been at least half an hour. You know?
Yeah. I mean, stay tuned for the world to change with the drop of our fragrance.
It's coming. It's coming. I can't wait, guys. I promise the wait is almost over. The wait is almost over.
Yeah, I mean, trust us. We've been waiting just like you have.
It's killing us way more than it's killing you guys. Trust me.
Yeah. I mean, even though we know everything
so bad.
Yeah, but it's just coming. It's closer than it ever has been before.
Yes. We don't want to do any more teaser posts because we don't want to insult your intelligence. The next stuff needs to be everything. And that's what we're going to give you. All of the details, everything you're going to need to know. You're going to get to see the packaging. And if the packaging doesn't blow you away, then we didn't do a good enough job, because it still blows me away. Is that fair to say, Justin?
Very fair.
I love the packaging on our fragrances. My God.
Yeah.
Came out so good.
Yeah. It's a game changer.
Make sure you check out Justin's channel. If you're not subscribed to Stay Fresh Productions for some reason or another, his channel is linked below. Make sure to check him out. I'll have his Instagram linked as well. Give him a follow over there. Go ahead and like this video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Leave a comment down below. If you like more content like this, let me know you want to see more. I'll bring you some more. And until next time, I will say, I don't have a fragrance we're talking about. I can't close it out like I normally do. But y'all have a great weekend, everyone.
See ya.